Howdy, how we doing? I am the Damn Cat, and I welcome you to this humble little video. We're going to go over the newest update for Gran Turismo 7, update 1.49. So this update, the big thing is a change to the physics for suspension and tires, as well as the introduction of a new, the reintroduction of a track that we haven't seen since GT6. Now, there are a couple of wheels also I want to note that they have made some tweaks to. So if you use the Logitech G Pro, the Logitech G923 like I do, I think there's one other wheel that, beware. So to kick it off, we're going to go over the new track. Now, there's one issue that's bothered me in Gran Turismo forever, and it's in like this time trial mode. You know how in like a lobby you can change the tires on a car? You can't do that here. If it's on the wrong tire, then you have to go all the way out back to the garage and change it there instead of being able to change it here like you would be able to in a normal lobby. That's a pet peeve. I think I called this out last time with the Spec 2 update. Anyway, we're gonna do a few laps here. Just I hated this track in GT5, which is the last time I raced on it. I skipped 6. If you're into drifting, this is definitely a track for you. I am not, so we're going to see how bad I struggle with a track like this. Because you see, this track has a lot of twisty hairpins. It's definitely a slower, more technical track. It's more of a drift track though than a race track. Your more technical skill drivers and cars will do well here. People like me who rely a little bit more on a car's grunt are not gonna fare so well here. Of course, even with them, I got this Mazda Roadster, I struggled a little bit here. It's a pretty track. It's a beautiful surface. It's beautiful scenery. But I'm pretty sure there's a reason why this is only a fictional track, and I don't think anyone would be crazy enough to actually build any kind of track here. Maybe roads, but who knows? Yep, I should have done something other than sports hards. Because I'm going to have to relearn this track, especially if it's going to be used a lot. Hopefully it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it will be. This car isn't bad for trying to drift with, it's just I'm not good at it. And actually, no, I was not trying to drift there. It was just rear end got light. Also, you remember the wheel that I mentioned earlier? One of the wheels that I mentioned earlier that has a change? Yeah, the Logitech G923, which is the wheel that I use, had its feedback settings adjusted, so I'm having to relearn and readjust to that. If the wheel feels a lot lighter than it did before the update. Alright, 2 laps in. I think we're going to do 5. Just so we can see if we can get a decent feel. If we can get a halfway decent lap around. I was looking at the mountains. Nice. This definitely would be a good track for like landscapes. And I do think they did add Iger to the escapes menu. Now, to be fair, this isn't the exact layout I remember race driving on a lot in GT5. Yeah, because this layout, you don't go through the tunnel. And the tunnel is the one I remember a lot of the races having to go on. Went through the tunnel there. Which interesting, you do see the tunnel there and on the map, so I guess you could go through it, but I think that might be used for the pit now. Whereas before, the pit was this dirt area that we just drove by. Yeah. Sports hards are not a good tire for me on this track. Not while I'm learning it anyway. Or that I just need to be more patient. But that's part of it. It is such a pretty landscape though, it really is. I'm pretty sure that in real life the only real gripe I probably would have would be the temperature. I hate cold weather. Any of those nice and green, it'd probably still be like, I don't know, Fahrenheit. It's like it'd probably still be in the low 50s maybe. That's above freezing because we don't see a whole lot of snow. We do see the green, so it's probably in the 50s, maybe 40s, depending on the particular variety of grass this is. Final lap. We're just going to do 5 laps. See if we can actually get a good lap in. So we've spun every single lap so far. So far, so good. I think we might actually get a decent lap this time. Oh yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good now. Probably take this faster, but rent a car I haven't ran in a while. Track I haven't raced on in years. I think we could be forgiven for being a little slow. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, moving on. Alright. So we also have done a test, a little unscientific test. We went to Mount Panorama. We did 5 laps. Out lap and 4 flying laps. And the same car, same settings. In fact, we showed you the settings there right before we get started. 5 times fuel and tire wear for 5 laps around Mount Panorama. We have the pre-update for the pre and post update at the top for wheel, bottom pad, pre-update on the left, post update on the right, and yeah, it's crazy. So like I said, this is not a scientific test, but the big thing is we want to watch for is the difference in tire wear pre and post update. We are on the racing softs in it's the Ford GT. The Ford GT, not the LM. It's the GT race car. And yeah, I screwed up at the spoon on the pre-update there. So we can actually see basically almost real time, like I said, not for the screw up on pre-update wheel, we would see how pace is also affected pre and post update. But we can still see that kind of with the lap times as we go along. So right now, post-update wheel and pre-update pad are ahead of everyone else right now. Pre-update wheel playing a little bit of catch-up, and then post-update pad. Yeah, we're getting used to changes in the pad because they've also actually changed how the pad plays. There's some they changed a lot. Remember, there's optimizations for the pad. Yeah, this is a track I love racing on. It's just I'm not that good at it. But that's you're going to kind of see that in this video, but in these little clips. But yeah, see, post update wheel is running away with it right now, way ahead of everyone else. The other views, pre-update wheel still trying to play catch up everyone to the other three. Pads, pre-update pads still got the edge right now. That's because post-update pad had a screw up, and yeah. So far for even just the outlap, we see the pad so far, pre and post update, there's not that much difference. But in the wheel, there is a hell of a difference between the wheel. After just a lap and a half, post update, there's significantly more tire wear after going about the same distance. And that's interesting. Post-update wheel here. So the post-update here, I'm also trying to still figure out the change, getting used to the changes in the feedback, because it is lighter than I'm used to. Now, I will note in this car that pre-update, it feels very tight. And it doesn't feel quite so understeery post-update as it did before the update. We make mistakes in all the clips. But that's fine, that's just typical racing alone out panorama. I know Spoon felt better post-update than it did pre-update. Pad and wheel. So there's tweaks to the way the suspensions works in the game now that allow spoon to be taken better than before, at least for me. Alright, so after 3 laps, we can see post-update both pad and wheel. The tire wear is significantly different than pre-update. I mean, the wheel post-update is more worn than the pad pre-update at this same point. Now, pre-update post-update pad is slightly more worn than pre-update pad. Not much. And on the wheel at this point, there's significantly less wear on the wheel at this point for pre-update. But post-update, there's not a big difference in tire wear at this point, time-wise. See, post-update, we're about to be on start the 4th lap. Oh, the 5th lap rather, I'm sorry. The 4th flying lap. And we're steadily improving our time. I think that's the first 206 I've ever pulled on this track. I'm not gonna lie. I came close pre-update, but I bungled it. I think I do a 207, though. We'll find out here in a little bit. It's just this lap. Alright, so, yep, coming out on the final lap, we see post-update wheel. I mean, the wheel's not even close. Like, pre-update, hardly any tire wear. Post-update, it's bad. Like, post-update wheel right now has more tire wear than pre-update pad. That is crazy. And it's about the same, actually, wheel and pad post-update. Pre-update at this point, we see that there is a big difference between the pad and wheel. We'll get a better look at them here in a little bit. We'll get to enlarge them. I mean, like, yeah, the wear is about the same post-update. I mean, wheel still does better, but it's not, the difference between wheel and pad isn't night and day like it is pre-update. And wheel finished its 5 laps first, post-update wheel. It's neck and neck between pre-update pad and post-update pad. I think pre-update, because of that little bobble there, pre-update's going to get that win. Even without the end of the video, quicker post update. Alright, so look at that. Right side, not too bad. Pre-update, post-update, you see there is more wear. Pre-update wheel, there's hardly anywhere to the left, a little bit to the right. And then wheel post-update, yeah, there's a lot of damage there to that tires. So in terms of tire wear now, there is not that big of a gap between wheel and pad. It's now become more. The pad drivers don't have as big of a disadvantage as they did before. That said, there's also suspension improvements, and it may actually be now that padded drivers may have the overall advantage, depending on how long and comfortable they are. But that's just my opinion, based on some unscientific observations. Appreciate you following, taking time to watch.